On Sicily's eastern coast, one of Earth's most active volcanoes is quietly moving. Not erupting, not expanding, sliding. Mount Etna's entire southeastern flank is slowly drifting toward the Ionian Sea, carrying forests, villages, and lava-scarred ridges with it. And what's pushing it isn't magma anymore. It's gravity. This shift is steady, measurable, and growing faster than scientists expected. And while no one can say exactly when the movement will end, researchers agree on one unsettling truth. When a volcano the size of Etna starts sliding, it doesn't stop on its own. Today, we're breaking down what's driving Etna's motion, what the latest research reveals, and what could happen if part of the mountain finally gives way. Mount Etna rises more than 3,300 meters above the Mediterranean, but its foundations are far less solid than its silhouette suggests. Millions of years ago, the African plate began diving beneath the Eurasian plate. That collision melted the crust, fed rising magma, and built Etna layer by layer, but it also fractured the ground beneath it. Unlike volcanoes anchored in hard bedrock, Etna sits partly on ancient marine sediments, soft layers that shift, compress, and slide under stress. Over time, eruptions have inflated the eastern flank, creating a steep slope resting on a weak base. To visualize the problem, imagine stacking heavy books on a pillow instead of on a table. The weight doesn't just push down, it spreads outward. Etna behaves the same way. This combination of steep slopes, soft foundations, and continuous eruptions set the stage for the slow-motion movement scientists are watching now. But the first clues that Etna had a history of sliding came from something much bigger. On the volcano's eastern side lies a massive horseshoe-shaped depression called the Valle del Bove, 5 kilometers wide and 1 kilometer deep. It didn't form gradually. It was carved out by a catastrophic flank collapse tens of thousands of years ago. Offshore, researchers have mapped enormous debris fields on the seafloor. These aren't random rocks. They're the remains of ancient landslides where parts of Etna slipped into the Ionian Sea thousands of years ago. Together, the valley on land and the rubble underwater tell a clear story. Etna has failed before, and it can fail again. But until recently, scientists weren't sure whether the current drift was magma-driven or something far more concerning. That answer came from a groundbreaking study. Between 2016 and 2018, researchers placed a network of underwater acoustic sensors along Etna's submerged flank. Their goal was simple: measure how the seafloor itself was moving. In May 2017, the instruments picked up something unexpected: a 4-centimeter slip across 8 days. No eruption, no earthquake, just movement. That single event changed the scientific consensus. The data showed that Etna's southeastern flank, both above and below water, is sliding as one enormous block. And the force behind that movement isn't internal pressure from magma. It's gravity acting on a massive, unstable slope. This means Etna isn't just an erupting volcano. It's a slow-motion landslide, one that has been shifting for decades but is now being measured with unprecedented precision. Since that discovery, scientists have expanded monitoring efforts dramatically. High-precision GPS stations track subtle shifts across the mountain's surface. Radar satellites detect terrain changes down to millimeter scale. Ocean floor sensors measure motion along the submerged fault system. And over the past several years, a pattern has emerged. After major eruptions or seismic swarms, the flank tends to accelerate slightly. These bursts of movement aren't dramatic, but they reveal how sensitive the system is, how a single intrusion of magma or a moderate earthquake can speed up the drift. Between 2021 and 2024, following a series of energetic eruptions, scientists recorded renewed deformation near the summit and along the eastern slope. Small earthquakes rippled through the area, and radar data suggested minor accelerations along the underwater fault line connected to ancient collapses. Then, in the summer of 2025, Etna produced a sequence of explosive eruptions, including high lava fountains and dense ash plumes. In the weeks that followed, seismic activity persisted, and instruments detected increased strain in the very sector that has been sliding. These aren't signs of imminent disaster, but they do show that Etna's movement is ongoing, and that the forces acting on its flank are still very much alive. The question scientists get most often is the one they're most cautious about answering. Could part of Mount Etna suddenly break off and fall into the sea? In the worst possible scenario, billions of tons of rock could detach rapidly. The falling mass would displace huge volumes of water, potentially generating a significant tsunami. Nearby coastlines, especially along eastern Sicily, would have only minutes of warning. But this scenario, while theoretically possible, is considered low probability in the near term. More likely is a partial staged collapse. Small failures along the upper slope, followed by progressive failures toward the coastline. Even these smaller events could produce hazardous waves locally, but not the basin-wide mega tsunami that headlines often suggest. The key point researchers emphasize is that Etna has a long history of movement, and collapses can occur in phases. The risk is real, but not immediate, and modern monitoring significantly reduces the chance of being caught completely off guard. Predicting eruptions is difficult. Predicting gravitational collapses is far harder. Volcanic eruptions usually show clear precursors, gas spikes, tremors, magma intrusions. But a gravitational failure can behave differently. It may accelerate gradually over months, or it may be triggered by a single stress event, a deep earthquake, a sudden intrusion of magma, even heavy rainfall infiltrating fractures. Right now, the drift happens at only a few centimeters per year. That's slow enough that Sicily is not in immediate danger, but it's also continuous. And once a slope begins moving under its own weight, reversing that trend is almost impossible. Scientists describe Etna as dynamically stable, not safe, not static, simply holding its shape for now. What makes this uncertain is that Earth's tectonic forces don't operate on human timeframes. A collapse could be hundreds of years away, or it could begin within a single lifetime. That's the challenge. Because the consequences of even a partial collapse could be serious, Etna is now one of the most closely observed volcanoes on the planet. The INGV Observatory in Catania operates a vast network of monitoring tools: GPS stations, seismometers detecting small quakes, gas sensors tracking volcanic emissions, ocean bottom instruments recording motion offshore. This interconnected system creates a near-continuous stream of data. If the flank were to speed up dramatically, scientists would see the change. But even with all this technology, prediction has limits. A sudden acceleration might provide only a short window of warning. That's why European research groups continue refining hazard models, response strategies, and early warning thresholds. The goal isn't to eliminate uncertainty, which is impossible. The goal is to understand how Etna behaves so authorities can act quickly if something changes. Mount Etna has shaped Sicily for thousands of years. Its eruptions have built fertile soil, created new landscapes, and drawn people to its slopes. But the same forces that created those benefits also drive its instability. The ongoing drift doesn't guarantee a dramatic collapse. In fact, the most likely future is a continuation of what we see today: slow movement, periodic adjustments, and eruptions that reshape the mountain piece by piece. But geological systems don't operate on predictable schedules. Etna's flank will keep moving, its underground plumbing will keep shifting, and gravity will keep pulling the slope toward the sea. Scientists aren't warning of an imminent catastrophe. They're studying a natural process that has happened before and will eventually happen again. Understanding that process is essential, not to create fear, but to build preparedness. Because even a mountain as mighty as Etna is not permanent. It grows, it fractures, it slides, and someday, far in the future or closer than anyone expects, part of it may fall. Until then, researchers continue to watch the volcano inch by inch, knowing that even the slowest movements can be the most important.